Hi, I'm Elle, Intuitive Wellness Coach for Women, and today we're covering feminine business habits to set you up for success with less hustle and stress. For the feminine energy being, there's a way of working that enables us to leverage natural energy cycles instead of overexerting ourselves to achieve results or just reacting to the day-to-day demands as they pop up. The approach I'll share today is about being intentional, knowing what energies are predominant at any given moment, and managing your energy, not your time. Energies flow in waves and cycles, and we can tap into them to leverage their intrinsic qualities and momentum. There are cycles of energies all around us and even in our own bodies. So, why not utilize these to help us achieve our goals? If you want to witness these invisible energies for yourself, try this little experiment at home. Take an empty plastic water bottle and fill it with water. Hold it over the sink and flip it upside down to allow the water to drain out. You'll find that the water chugs out. There's a lot of bubbling and back and forth, and you'll be waiting there for a while for all the water to drain out. In fact, you might be tempted to start shaking the bottle up and down to speed up this process. Just notice how long the water takes to come out and time how many seconds it takes. Now refill the bottle and do this experiment again. But this time, when you turn the bottle upside down, I want you to gently swirl it in a circular motion. And in a few seconds, you will see that the water forms a spiral and flows out of the bottle significantly faster than before. This is the magic of working in the flow of energy cycles. Things go smoother, faster, and more gracefully. This is the feminine flow that you can innately tap into, no pun intended. Now, do I want you to fill your office with water and float around all day? Only if you want to. But first, take note of the internal and external cycles of energy that you can leverage. So let's dive in and explore these energies, shall we? Let's talk about the concept of feminine energy in business. We need to draw on both our masculine and feminine energies. Masculine doing energy creates systems, support, and structure around time, automation, and scheduling. Feminine is the ideas, the creativity, the inspiration, magic, ingenuity, quantum leap solutions, innovation, and enjoyable in the zone feelings, the mastery of an art, the intuitive visionary. So, to recap, the masculine is doing, the feminine is being and receiving. Masculine is structures, feminine is flow. Masculine is fixing, feminine is posing the right question. Masculine is linear, feminine is nonlinear. When we can travel in and out of these two realms of energy, we can sustain growth and ingenuity in business. Very often we are burned out by our masculine energies and all those duties and tasks. It's by dipping into the feminine that we can create the magic where there is no competition. We are connected to pure inspiration and creativity and our own innate uniqueness, and a stream of ideas that evolve and that we can tap into. It's an abundant energy, a more expansive energy than the masculine energy, which we can think of as quite focused. Again, we need both of these energies, but my guess would be, even as a woman, you may be most well acquainted with your masculine doing energy, because that's just what our society tends to value in this current age. And so we're living within that culture. Now let's explore some energy cycles and how they also tie into the masculine and feminine energies. For women who are interested in tracking their menstrual cycle, there are 4 phases of internal energy that you can align with. These energies are powered by our hormones. If you are looking for an alternative, you can use the universal energies of the moon cycle, because each of the 4 phases in the menstrual cycle and in the moon cycle are compatible. These phases form a cycle that spans around 28 days. It's known as an infradian rhythm. The 4 phases of energy are Attune, aligning with the time of menstruation or the new moon. Awaken, aligning with the follicular phase and the waxing moon. Thrive, aligning with ovulation and the full moon. And surrender, aligning with the luteal premenstrual phase or the waning moon. So let's dive into attune. When you align with the attune stage, you can leverage your intuition and receive inspiration through rest and meditation. So, taking breaks during the day and getting outdoors will help you to tap into this. Be mindful not to overschedule yourself during this phase. This is a time to visualize the outcomes that you want. Create mood boards, and if you need to work alone and in solitude, this is a great time to do that. This is when you can really tap into your feminine energy and draw down creative inspiration and contemplate ideas, blue sky thinking. You can do repetitive tasks to help with this. Even when you're washing the dishes or organizing around the house, write down the ideas that come to you when you're in that zone. So use a notepad or the notes app on your phone. It will come in handy later if you write down all your notes and all your ideas, even if they seem like simple ideas, capture them and you can use them later. Let's look at the awaken stage. This is the best time to plan goals, to plant seeds, and to launch new projects. Intellectual energy of the mind and sharing ideas is predominant in this phase. Collaborating and teamwork with others is favored, and it's linked with a more masculine energy. You will find yourself naturally wanting to do and make things happen in this stage. So go with that flow, because this is the time when you have that leverage in the universe or in your body from your hormones that is helping you to kind of ramp up your energy and do the things that you know are going to bring you benefits in the future. Let's look at the thrive stage. This is the time that's aligned with ovulation and the full moon. It's a time to channel your energy into things like presentations, communication, leadership, speaking your truth, enjoying those successes that you have, doing interviews, going for promotions, anything that needs extra confidence. This is also linked to feminine energy and flow. Fear and doubt hold most people back from realizing their dreams. If you can plan ahead and really leverage this short phase of extra confidence, you can conquer those fears and doubts in an empowered way and find the next level of your success, the level that many others just aren't willing to strive for. But perhaps it's just they haven't really discovered when is the right time to leverage those feelings of confidence and wholeness and the energy that you have to really put yourself out there and live your dreams. Let's take a look at the surrender energy. This is conducive to tying up loose ends, editing what's not working, clarifying, streamlining, cutting whatever isn't needed, finalizing projects, and this phase is linked to masculine energy. Unlike the previous phase of thrive, in this phase, we can have that kind of don't look at me energy. So we're most likely to not want to be the center of attention, especially as the phase continues. So any tasks that require solitude and uninterrupted attention to detail or strategizing can be done here. Or meet with smaller teams or partnerships wherever you feel comfortable. And perhaps you won't feel comfortable with bigger crowds and doing things like presenting, but if you have to, of course, you have the ability to do that. So while we're on the subject of a monthly energy cycle, let's talk about habits. This is completely out of line with the current trend, but I think that daily habits are so overrated. Sure, there's things that we want to do daily and there's routines that we can have that can benefit us. But who has time to keep up with a long list of daily routines and habits? It's just not possible and it sets us up for failure. We cannot embody success if we're constantly feeling guilty for not finishing our daily to do lists. So here's my suggestion. Let's say you have some habits that you want to cultivate and to put you into that forward momentum for success in business. It could be about meditating or reading more books or listening to podcasts or participating in an online interest group or learning new skills or language. Instead of setting these things up as a daily to do, incorporate them in rotation within your monthly schedule. So, if you wanted to bring more meditation into your life, but you're struggling to do this every day and you start to feel really bad about it, why don't you schedule it for the attune and surrender phases when your natural energies are slowing down and less active? Or if you wanted to practice public speaking, then incorporate this habit into your awaken and thrive phases. I call these cycle habits. We do them in rotation within our monthly cycle and our monthly schedule. And we don't have to feel bad about skipping a day of a daily habit if we just didn't have the right energy for it. This way, we get to do and learn and be more and feel so much better about it. We get to enjoy the success and the compounding effects of having habits enrich our life and doing them regularly, and we can drop the guilt of not being able to do them daily. So, isn't that a relief? And if you're worried that you might be missing out on all the proven science behind how daily habits can benefit you, the vast majority of those studies were done on men who have a daily hormone schedule, getting bursts of testosterone throughout the day, whereas women's energy and hormone cycles move in a monthly rhythm. So, if you'd like to try this approach, I have a monthly habit tracker that you can download at cyclehabits.com, and you can start to feel more aligned between your energies and your actions. Okay, let's move on to explore another energy cycle. Within the energetic framework of 1 day, 24 hours, we also have the influence of our circadian rhythm. And it's our cortisol awakening response that kicks in each morning to help us bring our energy forward, especially during the first half of the day, before tapering off in the afternoon and the evening. This energy cycle is tied to light and dark, and we can tend to have more of a natural wave of energy that we can ride in the first half of the day. So, you may want to schedule the difficult thing early on in your day. So, if you're looking at your to do list, just see how you can tackle the thing that's a little bit more challenging or a little bit more complicated, and do that task first thing in the morning or as early to the beginning of the day as you could, when you are more prone to having a sharper focus and momentum of energy. By doing the things that most other people are unwilling to do, you can be amongst those who are successful. Get into the habit of doing the more challenging tasks, but do them in the morning when you have that leverage of energy, and you'll find it much easier to move the needle in the direction of success without that uphill battle working against the natural energy flows. In addition to infradian rhythms and circadian rhythms, there are ultradian rhythms, and they happen throughout the day in cycles of 90 minutes or so. We tend to be able to focus and have momentum with something for about 90 minutes before needing a 10 to 15-minute break or a 20-minute break. And this is a time when you can get up and stretch, go for a walk, see if you can breathe in some fresh outdoor air, and take your eyes off your screens. We are digesting data and incoming stimulus all throughout the day. So during these breaks, they allow us to be more productive when we return to work because we can jump back into the next project or task feeling refreshed. So don't ignore your body's messages like fidgeting or hunger or thirst. After you've been working for about 90 minutes, it's quite natural to need to take a break and then revisit things with that fresh perspective, and this will help you to preserve your energy. Another hack for getting the most out of your times of focus, motivation, or inspiration is to batch similar activities together. If you're writing and you're on a roll, just try to keep going. And if there's other things that need to be written, keep writing, and keep that energy and momentum happening. If you are in an organizing mood, organizing files and schedules, complete that task fully and organize anything that needs tidying while you're in that same mode. The same goes for creativity, or if you're designing things and you find yourself in the zone and in the flow. Try not to stop and do other tasks unless you urgently have to. Try to batch similar things together and try to stay in that flow, that zone of inspiration and momentum of whatever you're doing for as long as it feels good, and you'll get so much more done. Instead of time blocking various projects into each day, take an afternoon and batch similar things together, whether it's creative or planning or organizing or strategy or brainstorming. Give yourself space to be in that zone for as long as you can without interruption. So, there are so many benefits to being in the flow that I was inspired to create manifestation music about it. So, stick around to listen to that next. It's linked below as well. Invest in your feminine energy, be aware of it and the potential for it to work alongside your masculine energy to take you to new levels. Let me know any ideas you have about approaching business a little differently now and what tweaks you are going to make about how you're managing your energy and aligning with these natural energy cycles. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more wellness tips.